Hey guys, this is Mark with AtTech, and in this video I'm going to show you out the ultimate Ronin-M build. This is the all-in-one setup for those professional filmmakers who are using smaller cameras. This is the ideal setup for someone who needs to see themselves and the operator to also see everything pretty clearly. It's also set up for remote operation if you want to do that, and audio all in this one setup, so let's check it out. The camera we're using right here is the Sony a6300. It is an amazing camera, and compared to all the other cameras I have, this is one of the best ones for autofocus, which is why I decided to throw this one on the Ronin. It is using the kit 16-50 lens, which is not the best, but it's very compact and light, and it's one of the wider Sony lenses that I have that's not going to weigh more than double the weight of the camera. On top of that, we do have the Rode Link wireless lavalier kit. This is going directly into the Sony rather than an external audio recorder, just because I don't want to have to deal with cables. I did run into an issue with the cable, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. And the audio inside the Sony is decent enough, so I think it works pretty good. Then we also have a micro HDMI cable to an HDMI cable going up to my Atomos monitor. This is the Atomos Shogun Flame. This does support SDI, but I am just going over HDMI. The cables that I picked for here are maybe not the best option. Because these are coiled, they're a little bit thicker and stiffer than something that may be thinner. So this can throw off the balancing of the camera a little bit, and it could kind of mess up the stabilization as well. So keep that in mind. I didn't run into too many issues with that though. I initially wanted to run the Atomos off of the Ronin's battery rather than its own batteries, because these are pretty heavy. They're about 0.4 pounds, which is pretty heavy for a battery that size. So what I did is I took my power plug to a P-tap cable, and then I plugged that into the P-tap port on the Ronin. There's actually two of them, which is pretty cool. But this one's also coiled, and this did cause the stabilization to kind of freak out and the camera to kind of get tilted sideways, and it did not end up working out very well. So I ended up having to run this off of a battery rather than the Ronin's battery. But in the end, I think that's good because I kind of killed the Ronin battery in like 20 minutes. Now, I also wanted to be able to see myself if I'm in front of the camera and make sure that the person behind it is doing the right framing that I want. So what I did was I threw a smartphone up on top of this, and I used the Sony Play Live Memories app to live view the camera over Wi-Fi. So I can see what the camera sees with a little bit of delay, but it's not that super important for me. So now I can get an idea of framing and give suggestions to the camera operator if they're not as experienced, which is really nice, and I do like that a lot. And the final thing that we got up on the handlebars is the thumb controller. This is a really great tool for panning and tilting the camera, especially if you are needing to get some fine adjustments that it may just not pick up. And you can also adjust some settings on the Ronin, which is pretty cool. You can adjust the sensitivity instead of having to open the app. Overall, I think this is a really awesome build. It combines audio, video, and playback into one. We also do have our remote control built into there. And we do have our smartphone mounted on the top for maybe something like a script if you want to do that as well. It's a great all-in-one setup. I do wish I could power the monitor off of the Ronin, because that would shave off a little bit of weight. But it's not a major issue, and I think this is a really great starting point for the Ronin-M because it can only handle lighter cameras like this Sony. But it does pack a lot of professional things like this monitor. And I'm a really big fan of this. I'm digging this setup. If you have any questions about it or suggestions for a future setup, let me know in the comment section. If you like this video, leave a like and hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. This is Mark with AtTech, and I will see you in the next one.